All right. Welcome to the Cafe Night Show. I'm your host, Goldsmith. It is the 6th of December, 2024. It happens to be a Friday, so happy end of the week. Little announcement, big announcement, opportunity to talk a little bit about some sales that have gone on, are going on, continue to go on. Every time we do have a sale or we have a new feature in the game, we can talk a little bit about the context that goes into it. But yes, another USD sale. Another USD car bundle sale. We have seen the car bundle sale be justified because it was going directly to the MetaVenture owners, the car MetaVenture owners. So it made sense. It's going to be USD. They got a little bit of discount. Then they are going to sell it back into OPEX, at the markup, obviously. But then, we were expecting we're going to have cars for sale again in OPEX, and that was going to be a normal thing. This is a little different. We have a bundle sale cars again, USD, direct to consumer, direct to everybody. Get into what that means overall in the game, but it is a sale to get prepared for if you want to participate. We'll get you the details, and again, to go over some of the context that goes along with it. Trees, it is very good to see you tonight. Glad you're here. Let's get the disclaimer out of the way so we can talk about that and then review the fact that it is Friday headed into next week. We are at the end of the first week of Wonderland season. Hopefully you've got some stuff started, and we will next week kind of review if you haven't started it yet, list of activities. But for tonight, let's get through the disclaimer. All views and opinions that are expressed by myself, they're mine and mine alone, should not be taken as game strategy, financial advice. They don't represent the game or the team of Upland. Any views or opinions of those who are guests and contributors, they're theirs and theirs alone as well. They shouldn't be taken as game strategy, financial advice. They don't represent the game of Upland, team of Upland, myself, the Goldsmith of the Cafe Nightly Show. Let's take a look at that announcement. Let's take a look at the details. And then, again, talk a little bit more about this idea of USD sales, price settings, the difference between OPEX and USD. You can only say it so many times. The market between the USD and the OPEX continues to shift. But I will put a little personal note in there to kind of tell that story about the difference between USD and OPEX, because it is always shifting. And it's different at one point than it is another, because there isn't really an opportunity for you to sell your OPEX. So there is a little bit of nuance there when we say 1,000 OPEX is not the same as $1. So let's take a look at this announcement. Let's take a look at the pricing and see how Upland has this set up. Getting this shared here now. This was sent out earlier today. Again, you should see this in the game of Upland under announcements. It's also an announcement that is going to be in the game of Upland and with game of Upland and in Discord and any other place that Upland is putting out these updates. I think they do. You'll see them a couple other places if you so look. As the year comes to a close, it's time to make room for the future. And that means big savings. Again, let's put an asterisk there. Big savings on the 2024 MV Motors Model T and Series 1 vehicles. We do have pricing that we can look at these on OPEX. Wish Upland was more direct in listing the OPEX pricing alongside the USD pricing. But there is a OPEX pricing. There is a USD pricing. This is bundled, so you have a rarity aspect in it. We'll get into all of that, but that is where we start. We start with the fact that this is a USD sale. There is that aspect of there's a few different cars, or in the case of the Series 1, a few different cars. In the case of the Series T, a few different trucks that are in the same bundle that are randomized. You don't know exactly what you're going to get, and we'll ultimately be seeing that. That could mean you do you feel like you're doing a great job and you get the rarity, or if you don't get the rarity, is that a good deal for you? That is up to you to decide. We'll take a look here at what those price points are and how close they equivalent with the OPEX comparative pricing. There are two packages available for purchase during this sale: the Series T package and the Series 1 package. Registration does open Sunday, December 8th at 9 a.m. PT. That means the sale is on Monday the 9th at 9 a.m. PT. So theoretically, you have the weekend to do your soul searching. You register on Sunday, and on Monday, the sale begins. Let's take a look at the full announcement here. The idea here with the two packages is the Series 1 is a car that heavily used for racing. It is something that was the premier fast car, sports car in the game of Upland. The the Series 1, the Series 1E, Series 1R, obviously on the R. That's where you really get the race series. That is the quintessential top racing. Outside of looking at the Stock Car Pro Series cars, it really is the quintessential. This is the car that is really designed for primary racing in the game of Upland. And then on the Series T side, we have trucks, we have more cargo room. We know that we're going to have transport in the game eventually. So you have that built in. The T's, the TEs, the TRs, obviously stepping up in range for speed and handling and how they perform in racing. And the TRs, obviously, if Upland does build a race series that really captures TRs again, like they have in the past, they have some value in racing there as well. Let's take a look at these bundles and how they're priced. At $99.99, you can get the 2024 MV Motors Series T bundle. Again, they call it a bundle, but what it really is a mystery pack. Your car will be randomly selected for you from one of the 3 trims available. The TR, there's a 5% chance that it's a TR. There's a 10% chance that it might be a TE. And then for the majority of people, 85% of those buying this blind pack is a T, just a regular T. So the note here is the original mint on the T's, I believe, is $120K. Then we're looking at $100. We can look at the difference between USD and UPX and say, is it really that on the market? It can be. It's not generally, but it can be. I just sold a property that originally mint price about $160,000 UPX, was able to sell it for about $125 USD. Whether or not there is an appreciation on the value, I don't think there would have been. I think it is fair to say because of that property where it was able to sell it in a USD much closer to the UPX value on a 1001 basis. But that does not mean that that is across the board. In vehicles, you can look at a market as what's available on the secondary market for Series T's and the USD and the UPX side, and that's exactly what we'll do. So we'll take a look at that in a bit to see when we see these sales is how strong of a value is this? How closely does this match to the current market? Because we do have a secondary market. Upland is a primary. It seems silly to buy something on the primary that is significantly below the secondary, especially since it is meant to be a limited sale. It's meant to be a competitive sale. It makes sense if the primary was set at a lower point than what the current existing market is. I think that it encourages and it helps support the secondary market when we have a high primary market. I agree with that. If the higher prices things are in primary, potentially that does carry over into secondary, but it's not ultimately going to prop up secondary if we do a small number of follow on lead on sales when the market's not already strong on the secondary side of things. So we'll get into that detail with pricing and what's out in the market and what's available and all of that. There are some times that people go and buy on the primary who would not normally buy in the secondary, whether it's a newer player, whether it's somebody who doesn't want to travel as another city to go and spend a little less to buy a car on the secondary. But if there's a significant difference in pricing, it's worth noting. There will be 500 cars total available for the T's. This package offers a great value and excitement. Again, I will put an asterisk on great value, but it won't last long. That is an asterisk as well. We've seen a couple of these sales, especially as Upland has moved to the USD on some of these sales, where the USD to UPX, it doesn't really seem like there's a strong spread there, where some of them don't sell very quickly. This one may. The TR at $100, it's a value to buy a TR at $100 for sure. The TE at $100, not really. We'll get into the price in the market, and the T at $100 is definitely not lower than the current market value on secondary. Again, we'll take a quick look at that. On the Series 1 package at $249.99, the Series 1 package offers luxury and performance to your garage. Your 2024 MV Motors Series 1 will be randomly selected from one of the following trims. Again, we call it a bundle. It's not a bundle. It's a blind pack. You get one. You don't know what you're going to get. It could be a Series 1R, 5% chance, a Series 1E, that's a 10% chance, and then the standard at 85%. With only 100 of these cars available, this is a premium pick for your MV Motors enthusiast. Don't miss out. So $249.99 versus $280 mint price. Sorry, 280,000 UPEX mint price. On the 1001 basis, Upland says a $280 car. They're giving you a discount at $250. I will argue that the 1001 there doesn't make sense. But what I will also support is because of the number of these Series 1s that have been out there, historically, there has been a secondary market on Series 1s, especially the Rs, sometimes the Es, that is in excess of the mint price. And that's because of the rarity of the car and the demand of the market. So with that being a reality, we can take a look at the secondary, see where the secondary sits right now, and see how close it sits to the primary here, or the bundle sale that Upwind is putting out. Again, only 100 of these bundles are available. This is a premium pick for MV Motors enthusiasts. Don't miss out. Again, of those 100 cars, 5 of them are Series 1s, 10 of them are Series 1E, 5 are Series 1Rs, and then there is 85 of those that will be standard Series 1. Get your car, whether you are interested in the accessibility of a Model T or the high performance Series 1. Don't miss out. Your time is now to rev up your garage. Good luck and see you on the lot. Let's take a quick look again at the current markets. I do really appreciate this is definitely a props to Upland for getting this feature into the game, the search. So take a look at the assets open on the market currently. We're going to look at vehicles. And we're going to take a look at what's on the market. So we can go and see Series 1s, Series 1 cars. And keep in mind, there are Series 1, 2022s, 2023s, and 2024s. The stats are slightly different between the three, but definitely worth noting. So we could go and see Series 1 cars. There's 100 mints, existing mints of this particular one, and 100 mints here. Let's take a look at the Series 1 car right here. And we're going to go and we're going to go look at sort on the USD side. We are going to go take a look. Again, this is a great feature, always there for you to use on your own. We're going to sort by price low to high, apply. We're going to come back here and go back and look at Series 1. Here's Series 1, $157.50. Is it real? Let's take a look. Right here, $157.50 for this Series 1, this color, this Series 1, this color here. We can take a look. This is mint 51. We're going to see if I go to try to locate this. This will be on a secondary lot. It'll be for sale in order to do so. And if I go back here, I'll see it's $166.95. This one here is $157.50, $262.50 right here. So Series 1R, Series 1 regular. We go take a look at the Series 1R, Series 1 E, but I can go buy this right now. If I have the $150, $157.50, and I want to go to locate this car, I can hit the locate right here. I can go see that this is Kiwi 925 that has this for sale. And I can, if I double click here, zoom out, it's Kiwi cars. So this is a lot. Not to promote an individual, I do not know Kiwi cars. I'm not familiar with the player, but I can take a look at here and see an 801 Island Drive over in Alameda, California. If I want to guarantee myself a Series 1 car at a price that I know what it is, I know what I'm getting, this could be yours. It could be yours again for, we said, $157.50. If we come back over here and we say, I'm going to go and buy one of these cars right now, we'll go back to that sale and we'll see I could buy that same car for $250. Again, a 2024, very similar car. Buy it now, $250, and guarantee yourself either a Series 1, Series 1E, and Series 1R. Now, why would you pay the $250 instead of the $157? Number one is the accessibility. That sales a little more broad. People are going to see this instead of the secondary. We do want to prop up. We do want to acknowledge the secondary because that ultimately is a big promise of the game of Upland. That's the reason we have meta ventures. It's so you can be part of the game and you can be selling things and making profit, and it can be and have an established market in the game for players who are playing. The $250, again, that kind of sets a higher price point than what the market is, and the benefit of that is it does not undersell the current market. It does set people in the place where they do have that decision. Hey, I see $250. I could get a Series 1 with a small chance of a Series 1E or Series 1R, or I can spend less money and buy it off the market, buying up the lower price units on the market, the lower price offerings on the market. It can help rise the market as well. So there is a benefit for this being set at higher, but does that mean this is a huge discount? Not considering the current market, not considering the USD to UPX conversion or the current likely USD to UPX conversion there. Let's go take a look at some Series 1Es. There's a Series 1E for $199.50 right here. If I go take a look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that. So $199.50. This Series 1E right here could be yours. Look at that. Oh, it's black and it's pretty. Oh, look at that. That is for sale over here at 3132 Highland Drive. That's Carlos Fair. Let's go Carlos Fair. Carlos Ferre Automotive Stop right in Las Vegas, Nevada. For less money than the overall thing, you can have 8. Guarantee yourself an 8. Now, why would I buy that kit the bundle, the blind pack, if I am going to be able to get the car cheaper elsewhere? Well, if there's a Series 1R, let's see if there's a Series 1R for less money. I don't think that's going to be the case. The Series 1Rs, we see them listed for, in some cases, in the thousands, but realistically, the cheapest one that I can see at this moment is this beautiful one right here. There are very few Series 1Rs on the market, and here is one right here. You'll take a look at that right there. Series 1R, $1,000 or $999.08 is the lowest cost one here. So why would you buy this pack? A lot of people, I guess the upland is going to assume you're going to be greedy or hopeful. You're buying it as a lottery ticket, in part because you want to be one of the 5 people out of 100. Again, 5% chance that you do get a car that on the open market is selling at a significantly higher price than mint price or than what you would be minting that at. You're minting that at the price of buying the bundle, of buying the blind pack, and then you are able to either flip or reserve and hold on to long term this Series 1R, which is a relatively rare car in the game of upland still. There are 2022s, there are 2023s, there are 2024s, but every time they make them, they make a small number of them overall. We do see that if we look at the 2024s, this is the one you're getting. There is one here for sale for $735, but that's significantly higher than $250. Whether or not I would recommend that as a good deal or one that you should be pursuing, I'm probably not going to be doing something like that myself, spending $250, given the pricing, given the secondary market currently on the Series 1s and the Series 1Es. With the Series 1Rs being such a rare hit, a 5% chance, that's probably not going to be enough for me to push me over the edge. Again, it is meant to be something that you can make that determination of and on your own. And if you do choose to buy a car, you see the value, you don't see the value in the sale, but you want to spend USD and you're in the position to spend $150, $200, go on the secondary, buy it on the secondary if you don't want to take advantage of the bundle, if it doesn't make sense at the price point. Do want to support the secondary market, and it is out there for your benefit. It's out there for the benefit of the people who are selling on it as well. That includes myself. That includes yourself, because you could have a meta venture down the line. If you don't have one now, you could have a car sale lot. There are a lot in the game of upland. That is a way that you can sell your cars directly to people. Otherwise, there is no mechanism outside of selling through a meta venture to sell cars. And as of right now, it's not easy to list your car in somebody else's dealership. There's no sublisting. There's no consignment basis at this time that Upland's built in, like there is for Block Explorers at this time. So keep that in mind. That is something that long term may change, but for now, build your auto lot if you want one. Patronize other people's auto lots, and if you do choose to buy this on the primary, if you do choose to buy this bundle or this blind pack, as it's more appropriately called, good luck, because you may get one of those Series 1Rs, and if you do, you're getting the prize, right? You're getting something that is a value that is going to be on the secondary market for a higher value than what you paid for it. But that's not the case in the Series 1 and the Series 1E. It appears at this time. So keep that in mind, that you have a 95% chance of getting something that on the secondary value will not sell for, or is unlikely to sell for, what you're paying for on the primary. So let's put that as another note here of Upland is moving a lot of these sales that used to be heavily influenced on UPX, used to be available in UPX, into the USD side. Is there a benefit of that to the community? Well, to the community, we have new people coming in. Some people do not have a vast supply of UPX. If they were going to go and buy an UPX, they would be paid at the 1,000 to 1. If there was a true discount, there's a little discount, but not a significant one. If there was a true discount on the 1,000 to 1 basis to buy in USD from Upland in these sales versus buying an UPX, it would be of value to the people who aren't sitting on $1 million UPX or $1.5 million UPX. Personally, I'm sitting on $1.5 million UPX. You put this as a bundle sale out there to me at, say, 280, 290,000 UPX. You say you can get a Series 1 Goldie that's either going to be a Series 1, or maybe it's a Series 1E, or maybe it's a Series 1R, and you put it out there at 290,000 UPX, a little higher than mint price for a Series 1E, or sorry, Series 1, and you say you have a random chance of it being a Series 1E or Series 1R, I'm going to take that random chance and maybe pay a little bit more than that Series 1 would be. Again, this is spending UPX. But you put that in USD, you give me a small discount. To me, that value doesn't stand in the same way. If Upland is recognizing that the UPX price and the USD price aren't the same, they kind of have to bake that in the pie, and they have to also look at the markets overall of these teas, of what the trucks are at the moment. And that's where we really see the deviation, is when we start looking at the Series Ts, because the Series Ts don't sell at what the UPX price is listed. So if I want to go take a look at Series T, do the same thing as a Series 1 and see what they are at the bottom of the market at the moment. I'm going to go and do the same thing. Low price, USD, go take a peek at the Series T, and they're not as easy to find here, unfortunately. We'll see if we can find it. Not the monster truck. Series Ts. We're going to find on the Series T, there's a Series TE. We're going to find that the Series T, Series TE, look right there. Series TE, $45.15. So you're going to be paying that $100 if you get lucky and you're one of the 15 people who, or sorry, one of the 10 people who get a Series T. Aren't you lucky? Well, guess what? That Series TE is going to be selling on the secondary market for about $45. This Series T, obviously a little lower than that when we can find them. Let's try to get back to that Series T. But we are going to see that this is going to be something where both the T and the TE significantly below that $100 price point. The Series TR, I will agree, it seems to still be selling over that $100 mark. Ooh, well, there's a nice one. Look at this, $84. And I'm just gonna say this, so we can see it once. $84. Here's two right here. $84. Series TR. So here's a TR. This is a story about the difference between USD and UPX, right? We do know this is going to be a higher mint price of the 200,000, 20, I think, range for a TR for mint price in UPX. If you look at the USD side, Upland's asking to pay $100 for it, for a 5% chance of getting this very car. If you want to buy this car, again, not a promotion directly for Danny P, but this is Danny P who happens to have it up. If I go back to that car, we see it at $84. I go to over here. We go to locate again. Make it easy. Let's take a look. Click off here, right here. And we can see this is Mona Drive Cars. Mona Drive Cars located at 21005 Gresham Street, unit number 44 in Los Angeles, California. You can have a Series TR, all yours. On the secondary market, is it brand new? That's a new thing, right? You really have to keep track of what mileage is in the car when you go to buy a car. When you go to buy a car, you have to also consider, is it this year? Is it a previous year? Does a previous year have the same stats as this year? Those are all considerations. It definitely is worth considering. But if I go and see this Series TR right now, this is 2023, I should be able to go and see if it's got any existing mileage on it. And it doesn't show up in the store when you go to do that, what the mileage is, what the current charge is. So that is one thing to note. You can't see that on the sales screen or as you're going to buy it, only as you own it. So that is a piece that is definitely worth noting at this time. However, this does seem to be a significant discount when you look at we can call them used if you want, but when you look at cars that are existing on the market, on the T side, really doesn't line up when we say $100. You have a 5% chance of getting a TR. It just doesn't make sense. Again, unless you are really opposed to the secondary market. This being listed the way it is, it does seem to give a little value to the secondary market. Hopefully, good luck to anybody who's got these cars out on the market to get those sales, to make those profits, to potentially see that floor get pushed up on these. But ultimately, I will say it one more time. Just the USD sale on the upland side, deciding to put these on USD, putting it as a bundle sale, thinking that 5% chance of getting a TR justifies a $100 price for what ultimately is going to be 85% of those trucks going out as a Series T. Doesn't make sense to me. I think it should be reviewed. It's something that Upland can continue to review, how they do these sales and how they price these sales. And oh, God forbid, let's see if we can put some of these back into UPX sales. Give me a discount. If you're saying it's the end of the year and you want to clear inventory, give me a discount on the UPX side. If you don't want to factor in the fact that USD and UPX are separate pricing, at least give me an option. Some of them in UPX, some of them in USD. Let the UPX ones sell out. Put the USD ones out there. See if those sell out. And again, it would just make more sense for me for the market if we're saying that there is an original value and we're trying to hold to it. But it will continue to see these sales go on throughout the future. Upland does need to make money as a company. It does need to generate revenue. The only thing that does fall in place is because it had an original UPX mint value, because Upland originally put these out in UPX, we do have to consider how the USD sale does compare to the UPX side, and if the two markets are tied when they go to list these. So for tonight, I'm going to say thank you so much for being here. We'll touch base a little further on the Wonderland season next week. Do want to do a reminder, the 21st of December, details will keep coming out. I'll have some more things. We'll talk about guests. We'll talk about the Upland staff's involvement, because there will be Upland staff involvement this year. The 21st of December, that is Saturday, 6 p.m. PT, prizes and games and plenty of activities. We had these we've done this for 3 prior years, so this will be the 4th annual. It's always a lot of fun. A few hundred people, a couple hundred people anyways, at the same time consecutively getting together. Prizes, again, there'll be some significant ones. We'll get into that list when we start putting it together. There is going to be some great interviews and opportunities to hear from, interview, spend time with a number of key players in the game of Upland. Primarily some staff members as well for holiday greetings, as well as a recap of the year and a little bit of looking forward into 2025. So do mark your calendars. Love to see you there if you can make it. Live is going to be the way to see that if you can. Recorded is available as well, but live is where you can win prizes if you want to participate. For tonight, thank you so much for being here Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. PT in the Upland Discord Cafe, on YouTube, on Twitter, and on Tuesdays and Fridays. There we go. Tuesdays and Fridays in the Upland Plaza on Layer 1 Upland in San Francisco. Thank you so much for being here. If you're in the Upland Discord Cafe, feel free to unmute your mics. The floor is yours.